Hello, it's Andrine, a Jewish American priestess. I'm coming to you during the week of the full moon of Tammuz. We come into this place of fullness in this month of heat and transformation and transition from life to death and the underworld back into the world of the living. And so I'm going to do a full moon, full spread reading where I cast all the Hebrunes down and see where they lay and just give us a general energy for the next period of time that's coming through. So we're going to start by just mixing up the Hebrunes. This is the sweet gum wood, or liquid amber. It's also known as liquid amber. Mixing them up, and we're going to give a full cast today. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to pull out all the ones that are face down. We have a lot that are face down today, so let me get those out of there. All right. And this is what we have left. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in, or at least bring our camera down so we can see a little better what we're looking at today. Okay. So this is what we have left, and right in the center we have the Ein Sof, which is the blank, and it is the reminder that we have, it's like the full moon in the sky, this kind of empty blank space, but it's really about eternity. It's about infinite potential, and that which existed before and will continue to exist long after each of us are gone. And there's my chime saying, yes, here we are, the eternal. The eternal one is here and consistent through all the chaos that goes on around us. It's the infinite, the one that comes before time. And it's that chaos and void and that timelessness that sits in the center of everything, around which everything spirals. So that's a thing to remember right now in this full moon time, that the eternal is enduring no matter what else is happening in the world. At the very top of our reading we have the Gimel, which is reversed at the top, and this is what it looks like in the reading, and it generally looks like this upright. So the Gimel is the number 3, and it's the letter that is about stepping forward, walking forward. It's a movement, but it's reversed. So I'm going to read this a couple different ways. One is that there's a little bit of stagnation. It's difficult to move forward right now. Or if there is moving forward, it's internal movement. We're moving forward inside of ourselves, inside of our own minds and spirits, that there is this desire to move forward, but there's something that is maybe physically holding us back, or something is holding us back in the actual outward world. So we're having to do that movement internally right now. And that internal movement can be about finding peace in the midst of chaos, and also finding an internal sense of justice. There's this binary transformation in the Gimel between peace and evil. So even if there's something wicked or evil happening in the world, we can find wholeness within, and know that that movement forward within will produce movement forward without, that there is a as within so without, as above so below sort of sense to this. And we're finding that stillness within internal movement. The Gimel has this, if you take off the heel, it looks like the Nun, which is humility. and that little keel is like a yud. It's like a seed propelling us forward. But since it's upside down again, it may be time to go inside, take some humility, and find our journey within ourselves rather than relying on outward movement right now. That's the highest thing in our reading today, so that seems to be the most positive message. Over to the left, again above the center of where I'm seeing the center of the reading, we have the Zayin, again upside down. Zayin is the letter that is representative of the day, the seventh day, so the day of Shabbat. It's the Shabbat rest. It's like I said, it's upside down, but usually it looks like this. It's a sword or a scepter. So it has to do with sovereignty, and again, internal sovereignty. We're turning it over, and that sense of rest and sovereignty has to come from within. We're going to find that peace within ourselves, not necessarily on the external side. It represents the Shabbat bride, which is the feminine divine, the Shekhinah, the one who dwells within. So we're really leaning into that inner sovereignty right now, where we're feeling the desire to move forward, but some stagnation, knowing that the one is here at the center. Below that we have the letter Tav, and Tav is the last letter of the alphabet. It's a stamp or a seal, like a signature, and is the final letter, so it has the sense of completion, and it's also the letter that rules over the moon in the sky. So there's a completion, a fullness that's come in just at this full moon, and transformation is continuing, but something has ended. That fullness has ended. We've come to the place of fullness, and now we're starting to again wane and release some of those things that are no longer serving us. Again, that being beneath the sovereignty here. So as we grasp our sovereignty, we can release some of the things that are no longer serving us, and make some discernment, some judgment about what has worked and what has not worked. Tav is the letter that is affiliated with judgment, the Deen, and so we have this this idea of completion, but there's also with that completion a new beginning coming in. As with all things, when things come to an end, a new thing begins. So something is coming to an end, but we have another thing coming in next. Next to that we have the Mem, the mother letter of water, and it is flipped on its head. Generally looks like this. It's about gestation and cleansing through water. But again, internally, we've got this internal gestation that's going on, and we're going to find that sense of cleansing inside ourselves. It's important to stay very hydrated in this season of heat, and stay cognizant of the fact that the transformations that happen are happening within us, and any gestation that we are nurturing right now is going to be it's going to be a transformation that happens inside of us. This is representative of that water, that Mayim Chaim, the waters of life. So we have to look deep within the well right now. And maybe that well is looking back toward the ancestors. Tav also reminds me of the ancestors, because it's like the ancestors have stamped onto us their genetic material. So we're going within this season, and maybe that's just a reflection of the heat that's on the outside, that we're looking for internal water. We're looking for, again, hydration and keeping ourselves resourced within, so that maybe staying inside more so that we don't get too overheated, finding that place of deep emotion within us. So that is up right now. As we get down further, we have the Dalet. The Dalet is this doorway, a transition, a transformation point, stepping through a liminal space. We're on the threshold of something new, that's coming in, or maybe we're leaving something that's old. At any rate, there's a transition that's going on, and we need to touch in with the Infinite One. We touch in with the Divine as we pass through the doorway, as we pass through the center of the month and move on toward the waning moon and going into the next month. This little cluster down here, we have the Kuf, which is the letter, it looks like this usually, it's tipped over. It's the letter that represents Kadosh or Kedusha, which is sacredness, the holiness of a thing. And it's the number 100, so we have this sense of 10 times 10, the 10 of the 10 Commandments, say, and the 10 of the 10 Sefirot, which are the emanations of the divine. So both the spiritual aspect of the divine and the constrictions and restrictions that come with commandments are wrapped up in the Kuf. Those two together, multiplied by each other, bring in a sense of sacredness. And Kuf can also be seen as Kof, which is a monkey, and a monkey hanging upside down in a tree here is telling us to rein in our animal nature right now. Find the sacredness of the situation as we make this transition through the doorway. And below that we have the Pei. This is the lowest letter in our reading. We have Pei. Pei is about creation through speech. It's the mouth in the body. It's the divine mouth speaking creation into existence. And the spiral of time. The spiral of time, which continues to make its transition whether we're paying attention or not. So we can understand that time is underpinning everything here, that there is some challenge and change that is happening, and even if it feels like we're coming back around to the same spot, we're in a different place ourselves. So we need to create through speech by speaking what we'd like to see in the world into fruition, blessing what needs to be blessed, rather than cursing that which we do not like. So let's speak words of beauty rather than curses against that which we do not like. And that will help us with the holiness of the situation, will help us go through that doorway as we need to go through and transition into the next thing. And then we have Lamed down here at the bottom. Lamed, which is the letter that begins the word Lev. It's the heart mind. It's discernment also. So we're planting ourselves deep in the ground with this root and reaching up with a little sprout toward the heavens. So it has this sense of hope, this sense of being able to take things in and know what is the right thing to know, to be able to discern appropriately what we should keep and use and what we should release and let go. And really trust our heart mind in this discernment as we are going into this second half of the month. So again, we're in a place of stillness, maybe a place of humility, that we need to take some time to journey within and not really count so much on being able to travel externally. That we're seeking our inner power and finding rest within, really trusting that the divine is centering everything. That if we can bring the infinite in to the entire picture, we will have a better go at things. Something is coming to an end, and the moon is transitioning from one thing to another. Our emotions maybe are stirred up inside, but there's a gestation happening. So let that cook. As we come through this transition time in the Dalit, walking through the doorway, stay close to that which is sacred. Hold that within ourselves. Tame our animal nature and let that carry us through in a sacred way. The Pei is also the number 80, so it has this ultimate sense of the infinite. That number 8, infinity loop times 10. So speak what we'd like to say into existence, but know that the infinite is underneath it all, and the infinite is also in the center. So we have infinity here twice. And then Lamed, which is the heart mind, the Lev, really trusting in our discernment and knowing that that is also supporting us in this time. So that's our reading for the full moon of Tammuz, this moving into the second half of this month. I hope this is interesting and useful for you, and that you can trust that the infinite has got you, that there is nothing but the one, and that there is no other there's no other stuff but the oneness of the divine, that all of this, even in stillness, even those active letters in stillness, are still part of the divine plan, and that we will be moving through a doorway soon, and to hold on to our sacredness in this moment. All right, I hope that helps, and I will look forward to seeing you here next time.